In a little bit of YouTube news.
Okay.
We originally spoke about Disney buying Maker Studios, one of the larger MCNs on YouTube, multi-channel network.
That's why we're so gray. We've been doing it. We were around for the birth of the purchase, and now we're around for the death.
That was in April 2014 for almost $1 billion. It was $950 million.
Fucking insane.
At the time, we surmised, at least I did, you probably agreed, that this was a long play from Disney to basically get into the game from their perspective easily and cheaply, to get into the YouTube world, to get into the digital
buying a pre-made base,
buying an entity that already exists, not have to worry about investing in their own infrastructure, getting their own employees, getting their own quote-unquote YouTube influencers. We buy a base, we have something to start with and play with now.
It's like bullion.
Yes, sure. And to us, $1 billion is pocket change to Mickey. Mickey's like, $1 billion. I don't know.
Expensive bullion.
So now it's come to pass that they're kind of rolling up Maker Studios, and now it's the sort of the Disney digital network.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. And so it didn't seem like it was particularly great for them. The article said it's donezo. So what they're doing is they're rolling it up. Polaris is still allowed.
Polaris is a namesake for the gaming sort of part of Maker Studios. That's going to still exist. But in terms of Maker as an entity, that's pretty much washed away.
Right.
And they're going to keep up to 300 channels on the network. But it sounds like what they want to basically do is use them to push Disney products, Disney entities, Disney IPs, which does make sense.
It's in market advertising. It's on that
in network
in network advertising, basically. And then they're going to start using this new Disney network to use for like YouTube. They also want to do portable, like iPhone stuff. They want to do short format shows. They want to do short video, and basically you're gonna start seeing stuff like Science and Star Wars, an episodic series that explores and explains science, fantasy, Star Wars, and real science. Disney IRL, whatever that is, iconic animated Disney characters to real life. Disney design challenges, Disney magical starts. There's a lot of Disney.
Let's go through some of these. Might as well. On Oh My Disney, digital destination for a daily dose of Disney, capturing the zeitgeist through a Disney lens.
Oh, the zeitgeist.
Disney Style, exploring the intersection of Disney stories and characters with what's trending in fashion, nail art, hairstyles, and cosmetics. Disney Family, aiming to bring parents and kids through Disney crafts and do-it-yourself projects, recipes, and activities featuring Mouse House characters and stories. I guess that's what the term is for Mickey and Friends out. Mouse House?
I guess.
Babbel, parenting community site where contributors share their experiences and give readers a forum to bond and learn. Polaris from Maker, featuring original content from a community of gaming personalities, including talk shows, animation, and games-to-life content. And StarWars.com and the Star Wars app, the digital destinations for all things related to the galaxy far, far away. The network programs content for Star Wars fans of all ages across social and digital platforms. And they have shows, Science and Star Wars, Oh My Disney, Club Mickey Mouse, Disney in Real Life, Coin, animated action comedy on Maker's Polaris with game-inspired aesthetic that follows a team of misfits tasked to save the world. All right.
I love it whenever the zeitgeist is captured through certain lenses.
Yes. Disney Design Challenge and Disney Magical Starts. So they have a mission. This was, to me, always their goal.
Yes.
I think for the first couple of years, they wanted to see how this sort of played out with their purchase. Does that make sense? Unfortunately, when they first purchased Maker, you had the Starcade sort of show going on with JonTron, where originally, according to my sources, was supposed to be at least a couple dozen shorts series of JonTron basically reviewing every single Star Wars game in order to lead up to the release of The Force Awakens.
Right.
And we lined up kind of that in December of 2000 and was it 2015 or 14? I forget. But anyway, that was lined up and planned. You had a bunch lined up. They only, I think, produced about 7 of those out of those. And
thought it was supposed to be a lot more than that.
It's supposed to be a lot more. So I think Disney's first sort of look into the YouTuber world wasn't a positive one, because there's no way they made their money back on that venture.
No.
They made an entire huge Millennium Falcon set. You had a whole team of writers, editors, special effects, working with John. I'm not sure what John got paid. Probably was a decent amount. So what you had then was Disney trying to say, okay, let's see what the influencers on YouTube can do. And I don't think it paid dividends for them. Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying that sort of investment could have led to this decision, but probably could have colored it a bit to say, okay, what do we have here?
Well, it was also mentioned that, you know, when it came to looking at what was actually produced, it was entirely inefficient. Mm-hmm. That they were looking at what they were making, and it was costing more and coming out less quality than what they were expecting to see.
Well, sure, it's always an investment. So if I'm going to invest all this money into this program and spend potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I'm making back pennies on the dollar, and people already know about Star Wars anyway.
Yeah,
like, I would not have needed to invest that money to begin with. So I'm really just losing. I'm just wasting money and resources at this point. Versus buying in, like we said, buying into influencers that have millions and millions of possibly a billion or more collectively of subscribers. Now let's work with those partners or have them come in the shows that we want to do.
Right.
That may not even be Star Wars related, but just Disney in general. And then, of course, now we own Marvel. Now we own Star Wars. And we can sort of sprinkle that in when we need it.
Right.
It's almost like the new Disney Channel, but it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Does the Disney Channel still exist on TV?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it won't matter in the future because kids growing up are just going to be on their iPads looking at, you know, YouTube Disney and not the Disney Channel on TV. So there you have it. And all these, for the most part, all these people that are going to be cut from Maker, they're going to land on their feet elsewhere. Other MCNs are going to scoop them up if they haven't done it already. So they're not going to lose out. It's just sort of Disney taking their investment and sort of refining, I think, to what they originally wanted to, do it with.
Yeah, I think this was kind of a telegraphed.